welcome to Culture on I-24 News. I'm Oded Grober. Thanks for joining me. Today on our program, we'll talk to Yiddish expert Mendy Cahan about his work on Cannes winner Son of Saul. We'll take a look at the Havana Art Expo. And we'll sum up the Cannes Film Festival, which ended this weekend. We begin with the film Son of Saul, which just won the Grand Prix at the Cannes Film Festival. The film takes place at the Auschwitz concentration camp, and many of the characters in it speak Yiddish. This is where our guest comes in. Mendy Cahan was the film's Yiddish coach, teaching everyone involved how to speak the language. He was also the founder of the Young Yiddish Center in Tel Aviv. I'm very happy to have him in the studio. Thanks for coming in, Mendy.
Thank you. Thank you, Oded.
So tell me, how did you get involved with the film? How did this come to be?
It came to be Laszlo Nemes, who is the film director and who works on this subject already for many years and has done much research and was looking for, I think, actors and cooperators. And he's a great alchemist of cinema. He also made this film on Unreal 35. It's not digital.
Not digital,
no,
really?
not digital.
Wow.
It's the only film in the festival which was produced this way. So he's a purist, and he was looking for the right person to bring in the all the aspects of Yiddish, all the different shades of dialects and so forth. We met at Young Yiddish Tel Aviv, which is a great place to meet, and this is how we started to cooperate. We checked each other out. I watched his movies, which immediately I was very impressed by the work of his. Like a Rembrandt movie maker, has a quality of really mastership of the old masters.
And he's a young guy.
And he's young and very intense, very serious, very sensitive. And this is how we started to cooperate and to work on the script.
So you started working on the script. Then later, when the film was shooting, you were on set helping the actors sound true,
as authentic as possible.
And
yes.
how does that happen? How do you teach someone who obviously doesn't speak the language to sound as if they do?
You know, actors are a special kind of people. Actors can do many things. Although this is really a hard thing for an actor to have to act not in their language. And actually I think that this, because we are here in a camp, we are in a situation which is completely inhuman, completely you're desensitized, or
all of your senses are totally irrelevant.
Or dead already. And what are you doing? Every few hours you bury bodies and so forth. So the fact that the language even doesn't find home in your body and your soul was an interesting thing for the actors too. So it was really to work. People from Germany, from Czechoslovakia, from Hungary had to be able to say mishpuche and not mishpuche and not mishpuche. So this was hard work, but very interesting work, and also part of what the actors are saying, which is very little in front of the camera, because the sentences are very economical, very short, but there are many noises, and people are whispering, people are talking. So all this weaves a tapestry of sounds, which is actually the soundtrack of the movie. And this also puts you into the mode and the mood to be able to follow this.
Now, speaking of the mood, how did it feel? You're on set that's supposed to be Auschwitz. And, I mean, usually film sets are a lot of fun. How did it feel on set?
I must tell you that it was... I'm involved with Yiddish. Every day, and somehow I feel the destruction. I feel how much was destroyed with the Holocaust. Ponar, Yad Vashem, I'm not far from these things, the poetry and the literature, but to be there, and you see the extras coming, the parents bringing the little children, happy that they will be participating in the movie, and then you see them coming out, and they have already yellow stars, and then in a few hours later you see them already besmeared and waiting, and then you usher them into the... You see young, beautiful bodies coming to be dead bodies, and you see them coming happy and fine, actors, dancers, artists, doing their job. and then you schlep them out with their blood, with dead, and you're so close to it. It was terrible. Also, I must tell you something. Like I was also acting. I'm one of the Sonderkommando.
I was gonna say you were closer than maybe you planned on being.
And I was ushering people in to. They're coming and to the showers, and I know where I'm bringing them. And at the first take or the first rehearsal of the take, I'm kind of, little lady, let's go in the row. Second take, I'm already there. Let's go. Third take, I'm already in it. Like, let's get over it. You're going to die.
Maybe you should have been an actor.
Well, I'm an actor. I'm an actor. No, what I want to say is that you see how quickly, from normal human beings that we are here, every one of us, we are so close to being in every of these situations.
A warning sign. A warning sign. Yeah. All right, let's change the subject.
Let's,
and I want to hear a
please.
little bit, as much as we can, with the time we have, about Young Yiddish, about the state of Yiddish. What is Young Yiddish about?
Young Yiddish is a project we started 20 years ago, and it's still a non-profit, grassroots, unsupported thing. Please support it, viewers. Which was like to give respect to this culture, which is 1,000 years old. It really brings us through Europe, to modernity, to all these political and cultural and intellectual developments which we went through in the last 1,000 years, including Zionism, and destroyed from memory by the Holocaust. And so I felt that something needs to be done. I started to collecting the books, and by collecting the books I connected to the people who like it, who love it, who work with, who live it, and it's alive in many
that's the
places.
thing. You know, every few years we hear that Yiddish is dead, and that's like, and then it's alive again. I mean, there's a whole community of people who keep it alive, and that's beyond the communities who speak it every day. I mean, a lot of...
it's a phantom language. It's like Ben Hashmashot. It's the twilight language, and this is also... It touches still so strongly emotionally to so many people. It is home for many. It is memory. It is childhood. So it has still many things to tell, and this is Young Yiddish at the Central Bus Station is a place which permits this to happen.
And there is room for Yiddish in 2015 in Tel Aviv.
2015 at least. It still has a good millennia to go, I think.
We'll do our part in keeping it alive. Mendy, thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you very much, Ated.
Keep going. Now, after 50 years of hostility, diplomatic relations between Cuba and the United States are back on track. Congratulations. This is the background for this year's Havana Biennale, an art expo at the Cuban capital. Sandy Fortis has the story.
An American flag on the front of the National Museum of Fine Arts of Cuba. Even if it's just a work of art by David Hammonds playing with the colors of the American flag, it is still a big step. And it sets the tone of the 12th Havana Biennale. This year, the reconciliation with the United States is on the spotlight. Numerous works of American artists and Cuban exiles will be shown, including a loan of 100 works from the New York Museum of Bronx, in an exceptional exchange.
This is a wonderful challenge in many ways, because it's the first time the Bronx Museum's collection was exhibited in Havana, and it will be the first time that the Bellas Artes collection as a whole will go, selected works will be displayed in New York. So this is a fantastic celebration.
Until June 22nd, more than 200 artists from 44 countries will be exhibiting their works throughout the city. Created in 1948, the Havana Biennale has long been showcasing artists from developing countries before broadening its horizons in recent years, and especially for this edition.
It's way more complex than just an art meeting. This has to do with bringing two countries together who don't have a long history with communication, using art as a connecting point.
New York artist Duke Riley presented his installation celebrating the historic reapproachment between the two countries through this symbolic ice rink.
I think that as the two countries' relations open up, there'll be a lot more cross-cultural exchange. Oftentimes with the United States, sometimes that can be both positive and negative, and a lot of there will be some things that will probably have a lot of impact.
The ice skating rink on the promenade, not something you see every day in Havana, was enjoyed by the passers-by thanks to the 200 pairs of ice skates brought by the artist.
Es una experiencia muy buena.
A great, unique experience.
Que me gustaría que siguiera adelante.
I would love to repeat it in the future. It does not exist here.
Nunca había existido.
The ice skating rink represents the warming of U.S.-Cuban relations, a metaphor that seems to be effective just 5 months after this historic announcement.
Today, the United States of America is changing its relationship with the people of Cuba,
which followed a historic gesture. Relations between the two countries seem to have evolved politically and also artistically.
In a moment, we'll hear about all of the winners of this year's Cannes Film Festival. But first, here's our cultural recommendation for today.
Leonora Carrington was a prolific painter, daughter of a wealthy British industrialist. In 1935, she turned her back on her upper-class upbringing in northern England and became an artist devoted to the surrealist art circles. This exhibition explores how Carrington established her distinctive take on surrealism, working alongside other key members of the movement, such as Salvador Dali and Max Ernst, who she also had an affair with. Her paintings, filled with eccentric characters which shift between plant, animal, human objects, and everything in between, will remind visitors unfamiliar with her work about the unique contributions she made to the surrealist art movement.
And now it's time for Shachar Peled's segment, Off Screen.
Hi, Oded. I'm back.
You're back.
Yeah,
Well,
unfortunately not from Cannes, but I'm here to sum up the 68th annual Cannes Film Festival, which came to a close Sunday night, last night, with what some considered was
surprise.
A controversial even set of prizes. As we mentioned, the head of the jury were both Joel and Ethan Cohen, the American directors, who, as Joel put it, said this isn't a jury of film critics, it's a jury of artists. And that might explain some of their choices. The top prize, the Palme d'Or, went to Deepan, the very social, critical
aware,
drama, a very aware drama, yes, very good indeed to put it like that, directed by French Jacques Audiard, a drama about immigration, Sri Lanka migrants in a violent neighborhood in Paris. And
his first win.
It was his first win after 4 nominations. It was hailed by some critics, as they put it, for its solid storytelling and sharp critique of French society, but slammed by others who felt it was too sensitive in such times, rife with tensions. We know about thousands of migrants fleeing from Africa and the Middle East into Europe, and specifically France has suffered. And the way it portrayed France in this film made some people uncomfortable. And so it was more about the content and less the artistic critic.
So some people are saying that it won because it speaks to the headlines, not because it's a great film.
Exactly. And well, the jury, as they put it, said it was an artistic choice. The grand prize, the runner-up, was Son of Saul, already mentioned on this show. Also a very special choice, I would say. We've mentioned in the past that dealing with the Holocaust, and in this case, Sonderkommando wanting to bury his son, trying to deal with it in a new way is very challenging, and so it came to win the second prize, and it was appreciated.
And I think some people felt that maybe Son of Saul should have won.
Taken the first one, and especially once the process was in workshop in Jerusalem, then we favored it, but unfortunately it was a runner-up. Okay, but more disputes. The Best Actress prize, which went to American actress Rooney Mara for her portrayal in Carol, but also to Emmanuel Bercot, the director who opened whose film opened the festival, but also was an actress in My King, Mon Roi. This generated actually much dispute because it was practically a tailor-made win for Cate Blanchett and Rooney Mara, both in Carol. Cate Blanchett, I will quote here the Hollywood Reporter, whose captivating performance as this film's object of desire was even more universally admired than Mara's. But many felt perhaps that she was already well awarded in the past, from Blue Jasmine to other wins, and so they gave it to Emmanuelle Belcourt. A very good year for French film in general. The best film, the actress and actor all went to French artists, so a good year for film in French in Cannes.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's it from us for today. I hope you enjoyed our show. We'll be back tomorrow with another one. Be sure to join us again then.